Welcome to today's explainer. If your feed is just totally flooded with AI noise right now, you're definitely not alone. There's so much hype out there. But today, we're objectively breaking down a very specific system called the Bot Profits Masterclass, created by someone going by the name BroMicheal. It claims to help you build automated businesses using Telegram bots. So we're going to sift through the source materials, the sales copy, and the broader market data to see if this is actually the real deal or just more of the same chatter. Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty staggering number, 1.2 billion. That is the number of interactions Telegram's bot ecosystem processes every single month. We're looking at a completely massive, yet surprisingly untapped market for most digital marketers. Because, while everyone else is arguing about AI on social media, there's this entire quiet ecosystem operating in the background of a messaging app that most people still just use to text their friends.
To give you a completely balanced breakdown before you spend a dime, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll look at the Telegram bot opportunity, dive into what the Masterclass actually is, break down its 5 core pillars, examine the business architecture, take a hard look at the no-refund policy, and then wrap up with our final verdict and fit.
So let's jump right into section 1, the Telegram bot opportunity, and why we're validating this ecosystem for 2026. The data from our sources confirms this opportunity is very real. Telegram recently crossed 1 billion monthly active users. But for builders, the infrastructure is what's truly exciting. There are over 2.5 million active bots right now, and large business channels saw a 39% growth just last year. Add in the fact that Telegram is methodically rolling out native monetization, like Telegram stars and mini apps, and here's the kicker. It costs exactly $0 to deploy a bot to your first 1,000 users. The infrastructure is absolutely ripe for those who know how to build on it. Now, this highlights the exact problem the Masterclass claims to solve. It's the tutorial loop versus the end state. Let's be honest. How many AI videos have you watched or tools have you bookmarked just this week without actually launching anything? Yeah, we've all been there. The goal here is to push you to that end state, where you're actually building and owning infrastructure, like automated sales flows and AI bots that bring in real subscription revenue. It's literally the difference between learning how to drive and owning the entire fleet. Which brings us to section 2. What exactly is this masterclass? Let's look at BroMicheal's blueprint for Telegram AI empires. Right off the bat, this is not one of those $2,000 guru seminars. It's a highly accessible $21.21 one-time purchase hosted on Warrior Plus. Getting it gives you instant digital access to a structured video training program along with swipe files and templates. There's no physical shipping, and importantly, our sources confirm there are no mandatory upsells required just to make the course system work. The crucial takeaway here is how this positions itself against all that generic AI content out there. This isn't just another prompting course. It's an execution system. It teaches you how to build businesses on top of AI infrastructure using no-code tools. So it closes that gap between conceptually understanding artificial intelligence and actually owning digital assets that generate recurring income.
All right, let's move into section 3 and peek under the hood at the 5 core pillars of the curriculum.
The curriculum is laid out in a really practical step-by-step format. Step 1 handles bot foundations, teaching you to build GPT-4 level bots without writing a single line of code. Step 2 wires those bots into your business using automation workflows like Make.com and Superbase. Step 3 covers monetization, so getting paid globally via Stripe, Paystack, or Telegram stars. Step 4 tackles client acquisition, specifically focusing on landing retainer clients. And finally, Step 5 gives you deployable templates and swipe files, so you're never just staring at a blank page. Moving on to Section 4, the business architecture. Let's look at what the system you're building actually looks like. The source material claims you only need about 5 to 10 focused hours a week to deploy this end state. Essentially, you're building AI bots that act as your 24/7 unpaid staff. Staff that literally never need a coffee break. They qualify leads overnight, push prospects through automated sales flows, process premium subscriptions, and even integrate with tools like OpenAI to handle customer support tickets entirely on their own. You are setting up lightweight, automated infrastructure right inside the Telegram ecosystem. And a major highlight of this whole setup is the BaaS, or Bot as a Service model. This is where the real leverage happens. Instead of just building a bot once for a single fee, you approach local businesses or creators who desperately need automation. You build their bot, and they pay you a monthly retainer, typically cited between $500 and $2,000, just to maintain and improve it. It turns a technical skill into predictable, compounding monthly recurring revenue.
Okay, Section 5. This is absolutely critical. The no-refund policy. Let's talk about the biggest risk factor you need to know about. The creator, BroMicheal, is completely unapologetic about this policy. He argues that the core asset you're buying is intellectual infrastructure, the blueprints, the swipe files, the templates. Once you access and download that knowledge, you can't uneat it, right? So because of that, all sales are entirely final. There's no 30-day guarantee, no trial period whatsoever.
Interestingly, the sales page frames this strict policy as the operator's math. It forces you to make an asymmetry calculation. Your maximum downside is strictly capped. You're out exactly $21.21 and a little bit of time if you do nothing. But the realistic upside, if you land just one BaaS client, you're looking at an uncapped, compounding $500 to $2,000 a month. It reframes the lack of a refund from a scam signal into a fixed business risk designed to filter out people who aren't serious about implementing.
Finally, Section 6, Final Verdict and Fit. At the end of the day, should you actually buy this? You really have to be honest with yourself here. If you're a solopreneur, a freelancer, or an agency owner looking to add a scalable service without hiring more staff, and you're actually willing to put in the hours to build, this fits perfectly. But if you're hunting for push-button money while you sleep, or if you treat courses like Netflix shows to binge and forget, or if you absolutely demand a money-back guarantee before buying, you should definitely skip this. Based on our independent review sources, the Bot Profits Masterclass earns a very solid 4.4 out of 5. For just over $20, the content-to-price ratio is exceptional. You're getting real-world tools, automation workflows, and global monetization models in a rapidly expanding Telegram market. Honestly, the only thing keeping it from a perfect score is that strict zero-refund policy, which really raises the bar for your own buyer due diligence.
So I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought drawn straight from the sources. Right now, the builders are quietly deploying real infrastructure, while the rest of the market consumes endless tutorials. The window for an early mover advantage in Telegram AI bots is very real, but it is finite. Are you ready to stop browsing and start building? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this breakdown helps you make a truly informed decision.